What's up guys, welcome back to the Pokemon TCG. Today we're doing another expanded video working on a new expanded deck that I want to do. Also, let me know right off the back in the comments down below, what do you guys want to see on Tuesdays? Thursdays, we've pretty much been doing a bunch of tournaments and different stuff like that. But what do you guys want to see on Tuesday if not deck builds? Because we're eventually going to get to a point where I don't know what type of deck to build, and we're kind of getting to that point right now. Although today I do have a deck build in mind that I want to work on. You guys do know, because I've showed it to you in the past, I've never done a video on it, but I have made a metal deck. The reason I made this metal deck specifically was because I needed to do a challenge on it, so we're pretty much gonna delete that deck. And today we are building our new and actual, hopefully decent metal deck. So I haven't looked up anything for these. Like, this isn't being built off of any other type of deck. That is a video I want to do in the future where I build off of like current big decks and stuff. Specifically the Dragapult V Max. I'm very interested in having that deck, so that is one I am interested in building. But for now, this one is going to be a little bit different because we can't keep doing this stuff. Because when I first started making these expanded videos, I was like, oh, let's just make a fun deck to do stuff with. And while that's still the case, I want these decks to try and be competitive. So I have a slight idea for what we want to do today. So of course, the two main components in this deck are going to be Zacian V and Zamazenta V. So Zacian V, I only have the one. I pulled this from a pack. Once during your turn, you may look up to the top 3 cards on your deck and attach any number of energy cards you find there to this Pokemon. Put all the other cards into your hand. If you use this ability, your turn ends. So this year's Zacian in 2 turns can be set up to do 230 damage, but of course the next turn it can't attack. Unless you switch it out and put it back in, and then it can attack. I think that's just a weird glitch, because I've seen people do it. I feel as if the card shouldn't still be able to, but the game allows you to. And then of course Zamazenta V, so Dauntless Shield, prevent all damage done to this opponent by Pokemon prevent all damage done to this Pokemon from your active opponent's VMAX. So basically, if your opponent gets a VMAX, throw Zamazenta V in, they can't hurt you. 3 energy, you're going to do 130 damage, and you discard a special energy from your opponent's active Pokemon. Honestly, pretty solid. Zacian V tends to be people's go-to. Zamazenta V I actually got from trading. I traded 1 Rebel Clash pack for him. I think that's a worthwhile trade. When if I open that pack, I'm going to get something out. The other metal I have is Copperjaw V, which is 3 energy. During your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 30 less damage from attacks. And then for 4 energy, doing 180 damage. I honestly don't think that's a terrible Pokemon to have. Like, I think that could be useful to have in here for another V Pokemon. So those are our V Pokemon. Let's go. I don't think I have any tag teams. I don't have any tag teams. I think the only other thing we might have in here is some EXs and some GXs. Our EXs, Mega Steelix. I would need a Steelix EX, which I don't even have. So don't even worry about that. And then we have Magarnia EX. Prevent all effects of your opponent's active Pokemon except damage done to each of your Pokemon that have. That actually wouldn't be a terrible, because then we couldn't be put to sleep. We'll throw you in there for now, because that wouldn't be terrible. We couldn't be put to sleep. We couldn't be poisoned. That might actually be decent. Whereas our GXs that we have a Dialga GX. Draw cards until you have 6 cards in your hands. This attacks damage to the effects by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So this right here beats through anyone who has any ability to flip a coin to not get hit or anything like that. And then the GX move, take another turn after this turn, skip the between turn step. That's actually pretty solid. Right back to back, you could do 150 damage and then do 80 damage. That's not terrible. It requires 5 energy to make it happen, or 3 energy and then a double colorless. So that might be decent. Katana here. When you play this Pokemon off your hand onto your bench, you may discard a special energy from one of your opponent's Pokemon. Just Blaze GX is just take a prize card. You may shuffle this Pokemon, all cards attached to it into your deck. You don't have to, but you can. And then of course we have Solgaleo. Once during your turn, you may switch your active Pokemon with one of your benched Pokemon. 230 damage and discard all energy from this Pokemon. Search your deck for up to 5 energy cards and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you want. I don't know. It could be useful. We of course will need his what of course he evolves from, which I don't even think are metal types. I'm pretty sure, because it's Cosmo. Yeah, they aren't even Metal types here. What's your ability here? Prevent all effects on your opponents except damage done to this Pokemon. Yeah, sure. And then, just because those are the only two I have. That. So we'll put a rare candy in. I don't know if we'll end up keeping them. But for now, I think those are the Pokemon. No, those aren't the Pokemon we're going with. We are actually going to add... We're actually going to add Jirachi to this deck. Because I think Jirachi is a very useful Pokemon right now. With his Stellar Wish. I think that honestly just... But with this, adding the extra Pokemon in here, having 12 Pokemon, 13 Pokemon in here, I think honestly it might be... Honestly, these three might go, and then our setups be focused on these guys here. Honestly, yeah, we're gonna drop these three guys right here. That might... Let me know in the comments what you guys think of dropping them. I think these guys, these two being our main attackers, these two the backup attackers. This guy really only here for his ability, and his attack isn't terrible. Trainer card wise, we want the metal disc, the metal saucer. Attach an energy from your discard pile is just useful to have. So we'll put 2 of those in here. We have the metal frying pan. The metal Pokemon this card is attached to takes 30 less damage. That might be okay. I'm gonna throw anything up there that I think is okay, and we'll go from there. I'll be back with you guys after I go through all my cards. So I'm going to be very interested to see how this deck goes. So we ended up with 36 trainer cards. Just to go through them very quickly, we have the Cherish Ball, search your deck for Pokemon GX, reveal it, put it into your hand. That's to get ourselves our Dialga. We have the Crushing Hammer, flip a coin of heads, discarding energy from your opponents. We have 2 of those in our deck. We have 2 energy retrieval, which allows us to pour a total of 4 energy from our discard. An ether card uses this if the top card in your deck is a basic energy attachment. I prefer some max ether, but I don't have one. I'm going to have to try and get a max ether. The Field Blower, which you guys have seen me, I can get rid of a Pokemon Tool or Stadium card. Metal Saucer, attach a discarded metal energy to one of your benched metal Pokemon. Nest Ball, search for a basic Pokemon and put it into your bench. We can pull V Pokemon with that. We can pull we can pull anything with that. Pokemon Catcher, flip a coin of heads, switch to Pokemon. 2 potions to heal 30 damage. Professor's Letter, pull energy. Scoop Up Net to scoop up Pokemon that aren't V Pokemon or GX Pokemon, specifically for our Jirachis to kind of move them around. Switch cards, a town map, a Versus Seeker to get a supporter card back into our hand. The Chaotic Swell, I don't really have a Stadium card that would work well for the Metal deck other than just using a Stadium card that basically allows no other Stadium card to be played. We have Boss's Orders to switch out, Cynthia, 3 of those, Marnie, 1 of those, 1 Escape Board, a Metal Frying Pan, attach it to a Pokemon. The Pokemon takes 30 less damage and has no weakness. Muscle Band does 20 more damage. The Metal Frying Pan is really to help us against Pokemon that have a weakness to fire, pretty much. So we also threw in 13 regular Metal Energy and 1 double colorless. The really double colorless is mostly there to assist our Dialga with getting their Timeless GX off, as well as get their Shred move off. This will also help. I think it's just Dialga that it will help. Yeah, it'll just help Dialga, Magernia if we have to end up setting it up. But otherwise, I think we're pretty solid there. As far as our coin is going to go, I'm going to use the Metal Reward coin because actually we can use the Zacian coin. The Zacian coin one I think would be much better. I don't think I have a solid deck box to use other than just the metal deck box. As far as card sleeves are concerned, we'll just use the basic card sleeve. We're going to go ahead and name this, I actually don't have a good name for it other than Metal. We'll call it Metal for now. I'll come up with a name for it at some point, or I won't. Who knows? But let's jump into ourselves an expanded game with our new Metal deck and see how it goes. I'm not expecting a win. We have a couple good cards in here, but honestly not a ton of great cards in here. As far as energy, or as far as trainer cards go, really. The Pokemon cards that we have are pretty solid. We're going to go ahead and win the coin flip, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go... Can you use abilities first turn? You can use abilities first turn, so we actually are going to go first. Because we can get Zacian. Zacian would do better from going first, honestly. As well as Jirachi. Jirachi going up first will be good. I think we'll go ahead and put the Chaotic Swell out there. Or we wait and see if they set one up here. So, of course, Jirachi is going to go out first for us so we can use their Stellar Wish. Dialga GX is going to go ahead and go onto our bench. And we already have the double colorless, which we can go and attach to Dialga and start trying to set up for their GX move. Because what it needs, it'll need another 3 metal energy. Alright, Wobbuffet is our first friend out. We're going to go ahead and not attach energy yet. We're going to Stellar Wish first. Cherish Ball, that gets us Dialga, so we don't really need it. So we're going to hit done there. Go ahead and shuffle up our bench there. I think what would be best here, go ahead and attach the double colorless. Go ahead and reveal the top card of our deck. It is the Metal Frying Pan, so we don't get it. That's fine. And we'll go ahead and throw the Chaotic Swell out there. And we'll hold it there. We'll go ahead and wake back up, which doesn't really mean anything for us. Wobbuffet isn't going to be able to attack us at this point. Gonna go ahead and start. He's gonna prepare Wobbuffet to attack. So honestly, right now, our quickest way to take out Wobbuffet is indeed going to be able to get his Timeless GX going, because then we do 150 plus 80, because we get to attack again immediately. And we would take out Wobbuffet V, which would be a quick victory for us, but it's going to take us 3 turns to get that set up, which isn't great. Honestly, something that allows us to... It might be better to put something in the discard card, so that way we can discard energy into our discard pile, so then we can use the Metal Saucer. Might be the play there. But that's kind of why I like to build these with you guys and then set them up in this way. We will have a chance to use Jirachi again here. He's going to go ahead and pull himself another full 6 cards. Let's see if he uses anything here. If he goes ahead and passes it back to me. Spell Tag, I'm going to go ahead and that's a smart choice there. Spell Tag, as soon as I knock him out, he gets to put, I think it's 4 damage counters. Yeah, so he'll get to put 40 damage onto us at the end of that. I was looking around to see where Percy went. Percy is, I don't know if you guys can see him. No, you can't. The Pokeball is in the way, but he's there, I promise. Metal Frying Pan might be worth it to throw onto Dialga here, but I'm not sure yet. We can go ahead and pull the Crushing Hammer, or we could pull the Scoop Up Net. If we pull the Crushing Hammer, we keep him from doing 70 damage to us if we flip a heads. So let's go for it, see if we flip heads here. We do, so we'll go ahead and get rid of his first energy there. Gonna go ahead and place that onto you. Gonna go ahead, pull 2 energy out. So we can go ahead and put that energy onto him there. And yeah, we'll be good here. So, next turn we'll put another 1 energy. If we could get 1 more energy the next turn, we could go ahead and go in with Dialga and attack here. I like that it says this Pokemon's weakness has been removed. This Pokemon takes less damage from attack. This Pokemon may take less damage from attacks. What do you mean may take less damage from attacks? If he has a Field Blower, he could mess with us here. But otherwise, I think we have a pretty decent start here. We don't even have our Zacian or our Zamazenta out. But I'm not going to lie, Dialga's a pretty solid start here. He's going to put double colorless onto Meowth here to set him up. Meowth V, honestly, pretty great. 130 damage there, not too bad. So we go ahead and we pull the energy we need. So next turn, we can get rid of him. I think a town map would be more useful here. Actually, I don't think it is. I think Cynthia is going to be more useful to us. But here's the thing: I don't think we're going to use we're not going to use Cynthia until next turn, so that way we can attach the energy to Dialga, use Cynthia, make Jirachi make their wish. Actually, make Jirachi wish first, I think, so that way we can use our switch card to switch Dialga in. Because next turn we take out Wobbuffet V. He gets to put 40 damage counters onto us. But we'll go ahead and we'll start strong with taking out a Pokemon, which, in my opinion, feels pretty good. I don't know if at the end of the day if it's going to be good, but it's the plan that we have here. So we have the Crushing Hammer here. Ooh. If we could actually... The Crushing Hammer would actually come in real clutch right now if we could get a heads here. Give it to me? No, we got Tails. If it would have, though, that would have been perfect. Alright, your active Pokemon will go ahead and switch here. Got ourselves another Jirachi as well as our other Ether. Escape Board, that's our top card. What do we have in here right now? Cynthia is the only thing we would Versus Seeker back, so I'm going to hold on to my Versus Seeker for right now. Let's go ahead and Timeless GX. 150 damage to Wobbuffet. Oh, look, it's our turn. We'll go ahead and put the Escape Board onto you. We'll attach energy to you. We'll go ahead and use Marnie, which puts our Cynthia on the bottom, but that's fine. because it puts... Ooh, perfect. Town map. Town map is great. And we go ahead and take out Wobbuffet. He puts the 40 damage counters onto us. It'd be weird if he didn't put them onto our Dialga, but we also have Copper Jaw already out right now, and we can go ahead and start putting energy onto him, and he can go ahead and do 90 damage. Yeah, that makes sense. We can take 2 cards here. I think Boss's Orders is, of course, the smart play here. He doesn't have a VMAX right now, so I'm going to take Zacian. I'm going to pull Zacian so we can put him up there. We might actually start stacking energy onto Zacian instead of Zamazenta. Or onto Copperjaw. Might be the play here. I don't think he can kill us this turn. Even if he has the energy, 130 won't kill us. We'll be left with 10 HP unless he has some way of dealing 10 more damage to us. If he pulls like a muscle band or another item card, a tool card, he could. But even if he pulls the energy right now, I think we should be okay. Choose one of your opponent's active Pokemon and put 2 damage counters on it, but that's not an ability. He actually has to do it. What's your ability? Put 1 more damage counter on opponent's poison Pokemon, so that's not going to hurt us. So I think we survived this turn. I'm pretty sure we... Oh no, he just paydays. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Field Blower, nothing for us that we need. Let's go ahead and put Zacian on. We'll go ahead and put energy onto Zacian, because I think Zacian... Okay, never mind, he concedes. Alright, he concedes. I was going to put energy onto Zacian. I wasn't... Honestly, he should have conceded there. I think he had a play that he could have come out with, but honestly, that matchup was pretty solid, I think. I think the matchup was pretty solid. He did have a Meowth VMAX. He did have a Meowth VMAX. I don't know why if he would have pulled VMAX, he would have been fine there. Huh. What is the Startling Megaphone? Discard all tool cards attached to each of your opponent's Pokemon. That's pretty solid, actually. And he also had a Chaotic Swell. T-Brocket's Handiwork. Flip 2 coins for each head to discard 2 cards from the top of your opponent's deck. That's pretty cool. That's actually a pretty cool card. Pretty solid stuff, too, there. He had a decent deck, honestly. But I think we just got a little lucky there. Why does he have 3 Grass Energy? Oh, because he did have Grass Pokemon in there. But guys, I really want to know, what are your thoughts on this deck? How do you think that this deck could improve? How do you think that this deck, what's its faults? What's its faults? Because we got to see a little bit of the way it worked there. And honestly, I think this deck could do well. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to come back on Thursday for another tournament, as well as be sure to check out our Pokemon Dungeons & Dragons series, coming out every Sunday at 2 p.m. EST. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.